Hi, I'm Barry Owens, Battalion Chief from Morongo Reservation Fire Department. This is Report on Conditions.
This week, we take you to 6 highlighted incidents throughout the county. And Fire Captain Richard Cordova stops by Pine Cove to see how and why they conducted the Stone Creek pile burning.
Perris, stand by for report on conditions.
Hi, and thanks for joining CAL FIRE Riverside County Fire Department's Report on Conditions. I'm Jody Hageman. Last week, from November 21st through November 27th, our firefighters responded to 4,063 calls for service, including 3,019 medical emergencies and 157 fire-related calls. Of the fire calls, 30 were vegetation fires and 33 were structure fires. Let's dive into a few highlighted incidents from this past week. On the afternoon of Monday, November 21st, firefighters were dispatched to a reported structure fire near the 24,700 block of Alessandra Boulevard in the city of Moreno Valley. The first arriving chief officer confirmed a single-story, single-family dwelling with heavy fire showing from the garage. Firefighters contained the flames to the garage with minimal spread into the living area. Unfortunately, the fire displaced 2 adults and 2 children. Just after 4 p.m. on Monday, November 21st, firefighters arrived at a small vegetation fire just east of the intersection of Murrieta Road and Orange Avenue in the city of Perris. The first arriving unit reported flames burning under a small bridge with a low threat of spreading. The fire was contained in about 1 hour, and resources remained on scene for an additional 2 hours to mop up. On Wednesday night, November 23rd, firefighters were called to a traffic collision with fire near the 1200 block of East Sunset Avenue in the city of Perris. The first arriving chief officer reported 2 vehicles with major damage, along with 3 patients that would need transportation to a local hospital. Resources remained on scene to extinguish the vehicle fire and perform mop-up. On Wednesday, November 23rd, dispatchers received reports from the Riverside County Sheriff's Office of a patient pinned underneath a semi-truck near the crossings of Dillon Road and Fargo Canyon Road in the city of Indio. The first arriving company officer confirmed a traffic collision involving a semi-truck and a light-duty truck. The patient driving the light-duty truck required extrication. Once the patient was freed, they were transported to a local trauma center with moderate injuries. At around 4 p.m. on Wednesday, November 23rd, firefighters were dispatched to a multifamily structure fire near the crossings of East Circle Drive and Avenue 44 in the city of Indio. The first arriving company officer reported light smoke visible from one of the units. The fire was quickly contained to the kitchen area of the unit. No injuries to civilians or firefighters were reported. On Thursday, November 24th, firefighters responded to a vehicle into a structure at the 72,500 block of Desert Flower Drive in the city of Palm Desert. The first arriving company officer reported an upside-down sedan into a residential structure with an actively leaking natural gas line. The driver was extricated and transported to a local hospital with moderate injuries. The homeowners were not present at the time of the incident, and the City of Palm Desert building officials were requested to inspect the stability of the home.
The Riverside County Fire Department is currently enrolling volunteer reserve firefighters and other vital volunteer roles. Whether you want to start an exciting career in the fire service or just want to serve your community, visit rvcfire.org to find out more.
Hey Dan, getting ready for the holidays, I see. Did you put lights on your house this year? Whoa! How many sets of lights did you connect? 18! Dan, that's way too many. You need to look at the box for the maximum number of light strands to connect. Well, what are you waiting for? That's the way to do it, Dan, old boy. Dan, is that your Christmas tree? Look at all those dropped pine needles. How long has that tree been in your home? And Dan, what is today's date? Have you been watering the tree? That's not enough water. A tree needs to be watered every day, and it takes a lot of water. That tree has become a fire hazard. It's time to get it out of the house. That's much better, Dan. Say, what's that alarm for, Dan? You're quite the inventor, aren't you? Happy holidays, Dan! Remember, read packaging for the number of holiday light strands to connect. Water your Christmas tree every day. Remove the tree from your home when it's dry.
Hello, I'm Captain Richard Cordova with CAL FIRE Riverside County Fire Department, and I'm here with Forestry Assistant 2 Carlson. Good morning, sir. Where are we at today and what are we doing?
We're up in Idlewild. This is the Stone Creek project, and these piles have been constructed with fuels reduction work in the last couple of years, and now we're trying to burn them off to reduce the fuel loading. This is State Park's land, so this is a project this is their project, and we're basically just assisting with the burning process.
I spoke with senior environmental scientist Ken Keekser from the California State Parks on the size of the Stone Creek pile burn.
We have a 275-acre plot here, subdivided into subplots, and we have somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,000 piles that we've created over the last several years to be burned as conditions allow. And that's why there's such a backlog. Is last winter, for example, we didn't have the conditions to get any piles burned. So I'm really thrilled to be out here today to get this kicked off and get some of these piles consumed.
I asked Ken, once the piles have been burned off, what will be the next stage on this project?
Once we get some of these piles consumed, we can cooperatively do broadcast burning in here. And then over time, this will be in a maintenance phase, and we'll do rotational broadcast burning and maybe some intermittent thinning here to maintain this stand in what we hope is a healthy state. Again, resilient to disease and wildfire and drought.
Ken talks about how this project will help the environment.
The early stages of forest health and thinning just allow some of these trees, these larger trees, to green up and spread their branches. They've been in competition with subdominant trees. I've worked on projects in other districts, in partnership with CAL FIRE as well in those places. We did some prescribed burning at Cuyamaca Rancho State Park in the aftermath of some devastating wildfires in the early 2000s, where they're thinning the chaparral that came back after the wildfire with fire so that they can replant some of the pine species, conifer species that belong there to maintain a full diverse species component, the full diversity of species that we want and belongs there. So these projects are very helpful.
Battalion Chief Chris Matthews gives us an idea on how this project and others like it will benefit firefighters on future wildland fires.
So once the area has been completed and we've completed right now what we're doing is a pile burn. Eventually we're going to come back through and do a broadcast understory burn to remove all the fine dead fuels on the ground. This allows our firefighters a place to engage. It allows us an opportunity to use this to deploy aerial retardant for our firefighters to engage with hose lays and with hand lines.
So the fire department wanted to be a part of the community. So today we partnered with the Shops of Palm Desert Mall in delivering Santa Claus with Truck 33. And we also worked with the Riverside County Sheriff's Department, who provided the motorcade to bring Santa in. We did it because the fire department likes to be a part of the community, and we wanted to be a part of bringing Santa in for the holidays so that the families can come in and see Santa, get pictures, and enjoy the beginning of Christmas. It's important for the fire department to have a relationship with the community that we serve so that they know we're not just here for 911 emergencies, but we're also here for times of joy.
We'd like to congratulate the following Riverside County Fire Department employees on their newly promoted positions: Jamie Cook, Michelle Mainwaring, Ileana Gutierrez, Maggie Klein De La Rosa, Kevin Shin, Paul Lindley, Southern Bacchus, Kylie Tilima, Anna Vasquez, Mario Sevier, and Paul Leach. We would also like to celebrate the CAL FIRE promotions of Fire Captain Bryce Medicus, Fire Captain Nicholas Groff, Fire Captain Rebecca Marodi, Fire Captain Jason Fox, and Aaron Vigil. For retirements, we'd like to say farewell to Fire Captain Scott Piccini and Fire Captain David Ortega. Thank you for your many years of service, and we wish you luck on your future endeavors.
That's going to do it for this week's Report on Conditions. To stay up to date on current incidents as they happen in Riverside County, be sure to follow at CAL FIRE RRU on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Did you happen to capture any pictures or videos of our firefighters in action? If so, send them our way to rrupio@fire.ca.gov. On behalf of your CAL FIRE Riverside County Fire Department Public Affairs and Community Education Bureau, I'm Jody Hageman, and thanks for watching.